And this is where I feel like I want to go into that great Australian song. He's been to Thailand, Hong Kong, Macau, China, South Korea, Japan, Hawaii, and the USA, and Australia, of course. So, quite a few countries that John has worked in recently. For those of you who don't know, this is where I go mobile. John has also written, produced, and signed various, well, it's not big enough to hold everything John's written. A best-selling Amazon book, designed for small businesses to take them from struggling to brilliant. He's also produced numerous DVDs and courses which are available on Audible. I know is where I keep finding them, tucked away on through there. And for those of you who aren't aware, I have the first proof copy of John's new book, which will be given away today. Not this particular copy, I believe, going into the future.
Not getting that one.
So, quite a bit of information around about what John can do for your business and how he can work with you. In just the last year, John was a finalist in Australian Business Management Business Excellence Awards. That's a lot of business in one sentence. For an owner-manager, and has been nominated as the 2015 Manager of the Year. Not happy to sit on his laurels, John is currently a nominee in the 2015 Business Telstra Awards, a nominee in the 2015 Small Business Awards, a nominee in the 2015 IPPY Awards, a finalist in the 2015 Axiom Business Book Award, and a nominee for the 2015 Australian Small Business Champion Award. So this gentleman has got the runs on the board. He can show you how to get the runs on the board for yourself. The idea of today, and I hope everybody grabbed one of these on the way in. Has everybody got one of those?
Good.
Yes, I'll take that. We're going to be working through some of this workbook. The idea today, folks, is to assist you to start to work through how you produce a business plan. Business plans are vital to the success of your business. It's something that we had tried an awful lot before we met John. We had pages and reams of what we were going to do and how we were going to do it and why we were important and what our vision was and where we were going. And that gathered dust in a drawer somewhere quite happily. And we tended just to keep doing things in the way that we wanted to do them because it was easier than changing or easier than doing it properly. It was even easier then to go to our business coach and say, well, this just doesn't work. When we started listening to what John said, when we started applying what John said, suddenly our profits, our engagement, our returns all started to go through the roof. It's my absolute pleasure now to introduce, with an overwhelming round of applause, that's you, Mr. John Millar.
I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm actually not going to use the microphone today because I know that I've got a very soft voice that tends to carry to the end of the room. Jared, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. More importantly, Robert, everyone just turn into the camera and just give it a little wave to the camera and to the back. Good, you're all movie stars, well done. Fraser's introduction is really hopefully given you the setting of what we want to try and cover today. And that is the opportunity for you to be able to walk out of here with the beginning of your next 12 months business plan. Who thought they were coming here today to walk out after just a couple of hours with a fully fledged business plan for their business for the next 12 months? You're good on your own. Okay, good. So your expectations are what? Come on, throw it back at me. What did you want to get out of today's session? Ideas. What else? Lots of ideas. Okay. Now, if anybody who doesn't know me, if I ask a question, having 6 children, I expect one thing, and that is a... Sorry? Okay, let's have a little exercise. Everyone just stand up, please. Clearly, being winter, we've all become a little bit sluggish. All right, I'm going to have to stand up here for this. Now, Mel, Jack, this is not how you run a boot camp, okay? But I'll just give you a quick one. What I want everyone to do is to stick their left hand out. Eh? No, left hand. Anybody unsure of their left? Good. Stick your right hand down. Yeah, got it? And when I say so, I want you to do this. I want you to go whoosh and kick your foot and slap your hand. You ready? 1, 2, 3, whoosh. Beautiful. Now you're all awake. Sit down. Now, let me go through a couple of misconceptions. There is a huge difference between a strategic and an operational business plan. Now, normally, 3/4 of the year, for those of you who are regulars, you saw how many regulars are here, we do what's called an operational business plan. Who is going to do what by when over the next 13 weeks to put you one step closer to your annual goal? Simple? Not. That's why we do it every 3 months. Today, though, we're going to be looking at it from more of a strategic sense. Why? Why are we going to be looking at 12 months down the track?
Because it's the start of a new financial year, John.
Awesome timing. Thank you, Claire. What else? Why else do we want to actually work out where we want to be in 12 months' time?
Goal planning.
Goal setting. Sorry, what was else? Yeah. So you know when you actually get there. If you've got no idea where you're going, 12 months' time you're going to be somewhere, but you may end up somewhere that's not quite where you want to be. True or true? Do we have to stand up again? True or true? True. Excellent. Now, is it expected as business owners that you are automatically gurus at doing a business plan? I heard yes, no. Absolutely. I love the confidence in the room today. That's good. After today, you're going to have a much better understanding, but one of the most important things you need to do in business, I believe, is surround yourself with people who are experts at what they do. Each one of you are experts at what you do. You have spent years honing the skills, the knowledge, and the capabilities to do what you do well. True or true? True. Does that mean you have to know everything? No. So let me highlight, and this is without notice, I'm not going to apologise. Can all the accountants in the room please stand up? I'm hoping there's a couple. Good. See these people here? They're not just to minimise tax. These are your business advisors. If your accountant is not offering those services, find a new accountant. Thank you, gentlemen. Where's all the ladies? What's going on here? Oh, one over here, Alison. Sorry, the beauty amongst the beasts. Have we got any bookkeepers in the room? Oh my. I think I'm just going to sit down for about half an hour because that's got to be a first. Financial planners. Oh, man with two hats. Financial planners. The reason why I raise the financial planning is that the good news is...
Threat has been detected.
Awesome. Can I have some IT assistants in the room? Thank you. Yes. Okay, and the threat is... The threat's pretty simple. Come on, Pete, picks it up for me. The threat is that most people believe that their businesses are going to make them wealthy. Reality, it's not. Most businesses are not going to make you wealthy. What your business is there to do is to produce profits and cash flow to invest in the things that will make you wealthy. Okay, and that's got to be part of your plan. We always look at, and we'll go through some of the functional parts of the plan, but you need to do silly things like planning for profit, not just for turnover. Who here has ever done a business plan? Yeah? Who here refers to it at least monthly? Keep your hands up. Right, the numbers significantly dwindle. A little bit about what Fraser was talking about before, and is that we spend all this time and effort creating a business plan that we do nothing with. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. What a complete loss of something that you're never going to get back, your most precious resource. Who would rather have spent that time doing something that was truly important that they were going to do something with? So why didn't you do it with your business plan? If you don't know where you're going, you can't work out how to get there, and you can't determine when you're actually there. It doesn't become a plan then, it becomes a wish list. Oh, how's that for profound? Everyone's just sitting there going, oh my God, this is amazing. I wish I'd ever heard this before. Right. Part of today is we're going to be doing some work shopping. I don't mean spending money necessarily, but you're actually going to be filling some of this workbook out. This workbook has been designed for you to take away and use as your guide moving forward. And I hope that after today you take this guide away and you take it to your accountant, your bookkeeper, your financial planner and your business coach and all the important people who are going to be there to support you and your business, because they've all got a valuable contribution to put in there. And you'll find more. Who here's got a strong relationship with a finance broker? Actually, are there any finance brokers in the room? Stand up, Ron. Say hello to everybody. Hi. Because when's the best time to go to the bank? When you need money or when you don't need money? When you don't need money, because funnily enough, when you desperately need money, what does the banks do? I was going to say they'd be a little less gentle than they might not normally be otherwise. But yes, screw you over might kind of count as well. So it's all about being prepared. Who else needs to be in your team to make things happen? To have your business run the way it needs to. A challenge. So, let's get on to an exercise together, shall we? Let's actually do something with this book and let's actually use it as a foundation moving away. By the way, before I go any further, you will receive over the next few days a digital copy of this. Why? Because this book is actually made up of two parts. It's got a guide at the front and it's got a template at the back. Well, it's very hard to be able to massage paper to add tables in and other bits and pieces. So you'll be sent a soft copy in the next few days as well. And that'll hopefully help you. So if everyone would do me a huge favour. Oh, no, hang on, I forgot a really important person who I was speaking to yesterday. Have we got any business lawyers in the room? Yeah, go on, Serena, stand up. That was a loaded question because I know that my business lawyer is in the room. Why did I ask for a business lawyer rather than a divorce lawyer? Well, if you don't deal properly with one, you're probably going to end up with the other. But that's the reality. Too many of us get advice from the wrong people. So we go to a lawyer who doesn't understand business. Why? They have that nice little title at the front. Find the right people, work closely with them, build the business. Now, let's get into some fun, shall we? So who has not got a book? Good, so there's no excuses. Does everybody have a more profit, less time pen? Thank you, Ron. One of these? Yeah, put your other pens away. I'd like you to write with our pens. Because I'd like to remind you who you're dealing with today. It'd be kind of nice. Is there anybody here who's incapable of writing? Excellent. So, we now determined that you've got the capacity of something to write on. You've got something to write with, and you've got the ability to actually write. Amazing. So let's go to the beginning of the book. I think it's not marked as a page. It's called a template overview. There's a bunch of things in here we're not even going to touch because there's things that you're just going to have to look at later or are just not really appropriate to do in a group setting. Does that make sense? Or is there anybody here who's really comfortable about talking to their financials in detail to the people at their table? No. Actually, before we go any further, let's do one little exercise. Can everyone turn to the person on either side of them and give them a quick high five? Good. Why'd you give them a high five? Because we're awesome. The reality is there are a bunch of businesses out there bitching and moaning that business isn't changing, they want to improve their cash flow, their team's not quite right, they're working too many hours, they're too busy to turn up to learn how to actually do business better, and they do nothing about it. High fives for each one of you because you got off your backside and you turned up and you're here. Step one. Step two is to do something while you're here. And step three, the most important thing, is to do something with it when you walk out those doors. The new mat that I had produced, did anybody notice that beautiful doormat as you walked in through the door this morning? Yeah. Yeah, can the team at Marble Print just stick your hand up? Good, thank you guys. Oh, there you go. Everyone just turn around. Fraser's going to show you. It says your success starts here. Why doesn't it finish here? Because this is just the beginning. Thank you, Fraser. Thank God not too many people have actually stood on it. It's wire bound, so it's nice and easy to get access. The first page you can fill out later. You can get really generous about it if you really want to and make sure that you understand who you are by writing your own business name on your own sheet. But I don't think you really need to. The interesting thing is where we start talking about what products and services are you in the business of. Now, I don't just necessarily mean what are the fractionalisation, what are the breakdowns of the individual things that you sell, but what business are you in? Let's spend 2 minutes. And when I say 2 minutes, for everyone who knows me, we work on a timing system. You have 120 seconds to brainstorm at your table and come up with what you're in business to do. What are your products and services? Starting now. Who else would like to give it a crack? Hayden, stand up. Come on, we're all friends here.
I've seen myself as being a team motivator and an image consultant. I've got a large customer at the moment with 500 staff and they're completely redoing their uniforms nationally, and it's to do with the fact that they're not happy with their presentation. Staff turn up badly dressed and the customers respond accordingly. So I see myself as a team motivator, and I know the feedback I get, that's what I get.
And you do that by providing...
Smart uniforms.
Thank you. How many of us, and let's be honest here, let's put our hand up, and let's not be shy with each other, wrote down, I build beautiful homes, or I design beautiful homes, or I do figures, or whatever it is that you do? Nobody. Excellent. Oh, one. Bill, what did you say? I fix computer stuff. Sorry?
IT services, computer big services, and technology implementation.
Interesting. Did everyone hear that? Bill, go and stand up. You knew that was coming, buddy. You knew it was coming. It wasn't a big surprise.
I just put down IT services, computer fixed services, and technology implementation services.
And what are our IT friends in the room here really here to do? Help as a business owner ensure that I don't have to think about my freaking IT. Yeah? Who here, who's not in the IT game, loves it when their computer breaks down? Yeah, loves that disruption inside their business. So what do we really want? You're in the business of providing peace of mind and security so that we can focus on what we're really good at so that you can just take it happen. And you do that by fixing, upgrading, replacing, that sort of thing. Have I challenged a little bit of the way that you think about what you do and why so far? Right, well, let's get even further down. Let's have another quick exercise. I'm going to give you a little bit longer because I want you to work together as a team and brainstorm it, and then I want each table to nominate one person who's going to speak. It's on the next page, it's at the very top, which is, who is your target market? And for the person who writes down someone with a heartbeat and a checkbook, I will run you over. Right, you have 3 minutes to brainstorm it as a team. That's 180 seconds starting now. Yeah, I like it. I like it. This is the art of delegation. One man says, we'll go first because he's speaking. I love it.
Well, we all work in different industries. Well, three of us do work the same as the others don't, so
Good.
it's hard to get a consensus around that. But in terms of a finance broker's target market, or the niche, client niche that we're looking at. Or,
Speak up.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to hear.
Sorry. Basically, it's to assist people that haven't got the time or the inclination to source finance.
So it's people of those two challenges.
Yes. Drill down to specific niches like doctors or dentists or whatever it might be, but basically professional
Professional. Okay, thank you. Go on, Megan. You were. Don't you love it when the guest speaker can't wait to get up and talk? Come on.
For me, I'm a digital coach, so my ideal niche is small business owners, professional service providers like finance brokers, accountants, lawyers, real estate, who are time poor, need to have a solution and waste too much time trying to find that solution. And I come in and I implement it, I train it, and then I'm the handheld support.
Beautiful. Thank you. And you'll hear a lot more from Megan later in talking about technology solutions to help us overcome some of those problems. Next table. Come on, I'm going to start picking on tables now. Come on. This one. I love it. Hey, you go first.
I help business owners who want to have the right conversations to increase their business outcomes and profitability through gaining knowledge and making the right relationships.
Excellent, thank you. Now the troublemakers in the back left-hand corner. That's you.
For us, we're owners corporation managers, so our target market is people living or working in strata communities who are dissatisfied with their current manager and wants the confidence of knowing that the manager that they would appoint is going to be the very best, and we accomplish that by offering a service performance guarantee. We're the only ones in the industry who do.
Nice plug, Mark. I love it. I love it. Now, the reality is the book, and I had this raised a little bit earlier today, the book is not done for you to complete sequentially that you can't complete the next bit before going any further. Do what you need to do, because there's parts in there that are going to talk about your marketing plan. And your marketing plan is important because now you know who you want to talk to, and your marketing plan is going to help you to determine how you're going to talk to them, what mechanisms you're going to use, what messages you're going to use. But I believe those things need to be underpinned by something just a little bit further down on the page, which is around your vision and mission. Now, unfortunately, many small business owners, their vision, their long-term vision is, can I get home in time for tea tonight? Fairly short-term vision? Yes. My mission is to try and make enough money today so that I can stay open tomorrow. Fairly short-term mission? Yes. For those of you who've done gaining focus in your business, which is a different session, we talk about the difference between a vision and mission. Is there anybody here who'd like to share what the difference is and what is a vision and what is a mission in a business? And I don't mean something that's stuck on a frame up on a wall that looks really cool that you paid someone 10 grand to write. What's a vision and mission? What is a vision? Anybody want to give it a crack? Kerry?
A vision is your, I guess, reach for the stars type, the biggest thing you could possibly reach. And the mission is how you're going to go about doing that.
Perfect. Everyone give Kerry a round of applause. You know, and I reckon if I replayed the session that we did together on that, that would have been almost word for word what I would have said. Thank you so much. But that's exactly what it is. A vision is something that has to be bigger than you. It has to be something that's almost unattainable. That's why we call it a vision. It's a long-term prospect. The mission is what are we going to do to ensure that we are on our pathway to achieve our vision. Let's do a quick exercise now and have everybody produce your own vision. And think big is the key. Think big. Because big to you might not be big to somebody else, but it's big for you. And your business plan is for you, not somebody else. So let's spend a few minutes on that, and feel free to brainstorm these at the table as well. What is your vision for your business? Where are you going to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time? Or retired. Before you retire, sell, put the business under management, whatever your exit strategy might be, leading up to that exit strategy, what is your vision for the business? Because this will help you to determine when your business is finished for you. Again, if we don't know where we're going, we can't work out how to get there. So let's spend 3 minutes now and produce a vision. Your vision for your business. Starting now. Ooh. By the way, those who are cringing when I ask the question of who's going to talk, don't worry, I'm watching. We will be talking. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Who has not spoken yet today? Quick show of hands, one per table. Who has not spoken today? Excellent. Keep your hands up. Just stand up, that one person who stuck their hand up first. I saw you, Mr. Jennings. Stand up for a moment. Go on. It's all about growing. Has everybody heard of the Gestalt theory? Yeah? It deals with comfort zone. It says that we grow more the further we move out of our comfort zone. Today is welcome to an opportunity for growth. For some of you, except for Beck, who's very used to public speaking. Out of those standing, who would like to share their vision? Misha, you had your hand up first, then Daniel.
We would like to become a national fire safety product and services provider.
Excellent. We would like to. We will.
We will become the first choice in nationally for fire and safety products.
Excellent. Don't be wishy-washy. You can't be half pregnant. We will become. We will. Daniel.
For the business to be autonomous and run without me.
My business will be autonomous and will run without you. When? Good question. Thank you. I'm really hoping that I asked some good questions. Good thing to sit down and talk to your beautiful wife about. So when the hell are we getting out of this bloody thing? Right. Who else would like to give it a crack? One more. Uva.
In the next 10 years, I will have assisted 30 more people to gain in excess of $1 million in property investments.
Beautiful. Thank you, Uva. Sit down, everybody. Part of what we just covered then is an important aspect of a goal. Who's ever heard of the theory of SMART? Yeah? SMART. Who wants to be smart and give me the acronym for SMART? Loud, nice and loud. Specific. Measurable. Achievable or attainable. Realistic or results driven. And time bound. If it doesn't have those components in it, what have you just created? A wish list. Now, I love wish lists when I'm sitting down working out what Santa might bring for my kids, but I don't really like them so much in business because they don't tend to make me much money. And business is about doing what? Making money. Sorry, let me ask a better question. Is there anybody here who's in business who's determined that they're not here to make money? Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, so we're all on the same boat. We're all on the same boat. I believe, though, that your mission must go a little bit further because your business experience is going to shape you as a person. It's going to be your choices, your decisions, the people you associate with, the customers you took on that you shouldn't have really taken on are going to have an impact on you as a person. It's going to determine your culture. It's going to change, there you go, it's culture, baby. A little bit of Jacob Wolanskiism. It's a new term I've just created. But the reality is, are you going to be the person that you wanted to be when your journey's finished? Because that's a key component. Because when your business is done and dusted, and it's going to be one day, whether you die at the desk, you sell it, you put it under management, whatever you end up doing with it, it's going to be done for you sometime. Who are you going to be to look inside the mirror? Does anybody mind if I share my quick vision? Well, part of my vision, because it's quite lengthy. I decided 5 years ago that I wanted to help 10,000 businesses in 10 years. Did I mention that that was 5 years ago? Halfway there. Now, I love coaching. I love working with people one-on-one, but what's the chances of me getting around and helping 10,000 people in 10 years? Slim to nil? Yeah. So part of my mission, the pathway by which I'm going to take to get there was, how else can I help people? And part of that was, I'll create a group program. Yeah. Oh, hang on, let's put it on video. Let's sell that video on Amazon. Let's put it on audio books. Let's create books. Let's share the wisdom that way. The good news is we've already helped more than 10,000 people. So now the goal is I want to help 50,000 people in the next 5 years. Big goal? Unattainable? Probably. But am I going to give it a red hot crack? Yeah. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Yeah? Is it achievable? I hope so. I believe so. Is it results driven? And does it have a time-bound factor on it? And did it take 4 pages to write? No. So have a think about it. What do you want to do and how do you want to do it, and what is going to get you excited within your business? I love it every time I hear Uwe talk about his business and what he does. I even love it when I talk to the people that you've helped who have that, I'm making money. That's kind of cool, because that's a good example of people having a successful business being able to then invest in the things that will make them truly wealthy. Who enjoys working in their business? Who wants to do it every single day and not make a dollar? No, right? So I've said this, 5 times? We're here to make money, we're here to make money, we're here to make money, we're here to make money. Does that mean that we have to let ourselves down in our vision and how we communicate with people, how we engage with people? You should be proud enough to introduce your family to your clients. Your clients should become your friends. And if they can't, then do you really want to do business with them? I'm really lucky to have a number of really good friends that we just happen to do business together as well. Who here's got that experience? Most of us. Wouldn't it be cool to have more? Would that not need to be part of your vision as well? Interesting way of looking at it. Let's have a look at, oh, sorry, I thought it was there. I've got a microphone here and I've thought I've got a huge black thread running just down the side. You can cut that out later, can't you, Rob? Yeah, good. Let's have a look at a really interesting, now that I've thrown you into a profound just spasm of business. A little bit further down on the other page, or at the top of the other page, it's got something that most of us tend to avoid. And if we don't avoid it, we don't necessarily do it particularly well, and it's called finances. Finances. Let me ask you, and I'm not going to ask you to put your hands up because I'm not going to embarrass people in the room. Do you have a current cash flow forecast? So that you know where your money's probably coming from and where the heck it's probably going to go. Who's got a profit forecast? You don't have to answer these things, but if you don't have them, my suggestion would be to write down, must do cash flow forecast. Must talk to accountant and bookkeeper about, what's it called? Profit forecast. One of the great joys of actually investing the time and money into a business plan and doing it really, really well is that when you do take it to a bank, because leveraging other people's money is a good thing, come on, you guys are being extra quiet. You didn't even admit you're in the game. How's that you're embarrassed that you're a finance broker? When you go to the bank and you've got a good quality business plan, what are the banks more likely to say? Yes. Speak up, please. Yes. Yes. Why? Yeah, sorry. You're organised, yeah? Banks like organisation, they're a little anal.
Man, you know where you're going.
You know where you're going, Hayden?
I've worked in very large finance companies and the business plan quite often is not even read. The reason they want a business plan is to know that you've got a plan.
To show you've got a plan. Yep.
So what's in it is sometimes it's more to say, these guys know what they're doing.
Yep, but what's the number one reason why a bank wants to see your business plan, your forecast and everything else? So you can make it, because they're in the business of making money. Now, isn't it funny that the people who are likely to give us the money that we need in our businesses require us to do something that's going to show that we're capable of making money? Do I have to continue that sentence? I mean, really, they just don't do it because they're pencil-pushing rednecks. Some of them are. We know a couple who aren't, don't we, Grant? Not a lot. there's a couple. Right, but the reality is they want to do what? They want to reduce risk. Financial risk. Would it not be a bad idea for you to be able to reduce or eliminate risk in your business because you knew where your money was, where it's been and where it's going? What you're going to do with it? When's the best time to do some tax planning, Mr. McDonald? All the time. Why don't we just wait until 30 seconds before the 30th of June finishes? It's too late. So these are open. When's the best time to sit down with your clients, please? Come on, Pete, tell me.
All the time.
All the time, right. So who here goes to see their accountant, their financial planners, their book and their bookkeepers more than once every quarter or once a year? Put your hands up. And I will guarantee that most of you are financially literate. I'm always gobsmacked when I meet a new client. I was referred to one yesterday, and he had completely mixed up his margin versus his markup. He was telling me that he was working on a 50% markup. What he was doing, and I'll just give you simple figures, is if he bought a product for $10, I said, if you buy a product for $10, what does that mean you sell it for? He goes, $15. I said, excellent. So that gives me a 100% margin. I said, no, you've just marked it up 50%, and that gives you how much margin? Around a third, right? Until he told me that he also included in that $15 GST. And he wondered why his sales had gone through the roof. He was smashing his competitors, but he didn't have any money. He had lots of cash flow, but he didn't have any profit. I've seen a number of very profitable businesses with no cash flow go belly up. I've also seen a number of unprofitable businesses, but with awesome cash flow, continue to thrive. Wouldn't it be cool to have both? If you don't budget for both, if you're not forecasting for both, what are you going to get? You're going to get whatever you get because you've got no idea what you were supposed to get. Now, I could crap on for hours about money because money's really cool. Money lets you do the things, invest in the things that you want to do. I'm very fortunate to, here the girls are sitting here, to sit on the board at Bridge Builders. If I don't make a fair and equitable profit in my businesses, that, and I don't know, most of you know, is we donate 10% of our net profits to charities, of which one of the recipients is Bridge Builders. The percentage doesn't change. But where's the impetus in my business come from when I'm going to be able to say, hey, we've got a girls' retreat coming up. Ah, cool, which by the way we do in September, I believe. To be able to sponsor some girls to go on a girls' retreat. To be involved in the Boys to Men program, to be involved in some of the other programs. You don't just do that with good well wishes. Charities require money. Wouldn't it be nice to have enough to be able to share with somebody else? You won't do that unless you plan for it. And that's what today is all about. Right, next point. One of the big questions, if you just flip over to the next page, there's a number of different things that are in there that get a little bit bewildering. You see people go, oh, hang on a second, what's the difference between an ABN and an ACN? That's the sort of thing my accountant takes care of, isn't it? GST, when... always gobsmacked for GST or not be registered for GST. Some of you will know the answers to that, but the tax department loves to do something really strange, like change their mind all the freaking time. Has anybody ever had that where you think, oh yeah, this is normal, and it's not? So, getting continual advice when you've got actually changes. The reason why I put it over there is domain names. Who here's got an email address? Keep your hand up if that email address is at Gmail, at Yahoo, at Hotmail, at... Excellent. Anybody who's got one of those, it's not hard to register your business name and change it, or your URL, to make sure you don't even need a website. But I've come to the realisation, Rowan uses a fantastic slogan which I love: a business with no sign is a sign of no business. Business is moving into both bricks and mortar and clicks and mortar. If you don't have an online presence now, get one. If your external presence isn't matching up with your online presence, fix it. Are you truly proud of how your business is being represented? I'm gobsmacked when I see, oh, well, I've got a website and it looks kind of crap and doesn't really work all that well. But hey, that's the face I'm using to the general public, to my potential clients. Because what are we really saying to them? Yeah, I'm pretty crap, aren't I? In fact, that's going to be part of my new unique selling proposition. My customer service really sucks, because when you click on my contact me form, it goes nowhere. If you click on that email address, it doesn't exist anymore. And in fact, when you do something, my entire website crashes, so it's not going to help anyway. There are a number of things that you need to look at with the branding of your business. Mel Jack, I'm going to pick you out for a minute. Mel Jack runs a fantastic personal training studio. 12 months' time, talk to me about how I'm going to look, okay? But the reality is, one of the things I love when I see Mel's business, and she's not a client of mine, by the way, so I'm not saying this to pump up someone's tyres, her branding is exquisite. It's consistent. Doesn't matter whether you meet her face to face, you see the inside of the building, the outside of the building, flyers, newsletters, website, it's all congruent, isn't it? noregretspt.com.au? Yeah? If you get a chance, have a look at it. What else has she done to build her branding? She's developed a whole host of free content. And that has to be part of what we're looking at. Isn't it funny? Why would you give all these personal training tips away for free, Mel? Aren't you just giving away the gold? I know you can speak up louder than that, because I've heard you. Come on, John. Correct. More to come. And it's done in a consistent way. It is congruent from one end of the business to the other end of the business.
It also shows her to be the expert.
Yes.
And that's what people want.
Yes. So part of your plan needs to be the expert. How do I need to do that? How do I need to be congruent in my business? Jared, here's an interesting question. How many times do you see letterhead? Do you see a business card, and do you see someone's email signature and they don't look anything the same?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And then the vehicle signage, which might have been put on by Sonorama Oakley, small plug for you there, Ro, doesn't match up. Why? Because you haven't got your branding part of it. This all has to be part of your planning. Right, so people often ask me, what do I need to plan for in my business plan? The answer is really simple. Everything. The hard question is, what do I need to plan now? What's most urgent, most important? Most urgent, most important. How are you going to determine those things? I would suggest that you go back to your business and sit down and write down, what are the top 10 things that are causing pain in my business? What are the top 10 challenges that I've got? Feel free to write this down, by the way, it's okay. Any way you like, it doesn't have to go into the book where you want it. What are the top 10 things that you need to put inside that are causing pain inside your business? And then look at them and say, what are the most urgent pains that we have? Because there are some things that are painful that you can't fix today. Some of them are long-term problems. I can promise you, if you've spent 5, 10, 15 years getting your business in a position where you're not happy, don't expect it to change in 5, 10, 15 minutes. G'day, Rob. I didn't know you snuck in through the door. For a bloke as tall as you, I'm surprised I missed you. So the reality is, What are those problems? What can you do about it? And if you can't do something about it, who can? Who can? Is this making sense to everybody? Do we need to stand up and start doing some more physical exercise to wake everybody up? Because I'll get Mel Jack to run a real quick 60 seconds. And believe me, you don't want that. Actually, no, we'll get Ben Higgs to do it. Not only one of the great restaurateurs up in the hills, but a personal training maniac who achieves good results there too, which is kind of cool. So, let me ask you the next question. On the next page, we've got an organisational chart. We talk about an organisational chart. Well, it should do. It says business location, buy, lease, organisational chart. Figure 1, organisational chart, which is after trading names, ABNs, licences, permits. No. No. But let's talk about your organisational chart. Who here is a sole trader? Yeah. So what does your organisational chart look like? One box. Right? That's me. I'm everything. I would suggest no, you need to go a little bit more detailed than that. Should we create an organisational chart for what we have now or for the business that we want to become? Good answer. Did everyone hear the answer when I asked that question? It was no. Because the actual answer is it's the business that we're going to become. Because if you create an organisational chart with your vision and your mission in mind, your future in mind, what's your organisational chart going to look like? Is it going to be one box that says me? No. What are we going to have? CEO. Sorry? Board of Management. But hang on, let's get to the really important stuff, Hayden. Personal assistant. Board of Management. And work your way down. Because as a business owner, what are you responsible to do? You're the HR manager. You're the IT manager, even if you get the IT gurus in. Right? You're the IT manager. What else are you? You're the finance manager. You're the marketing manager. You're the sales manager. You're the customer service manager. You are everything inside the business. And as you build a team, some of those names will start appearing in other boxes. So when you're a sole trader, you create this great organisational structure of where you want to take your business, where you really want it to be. Then look at things like which each individual role's got what? Position description. Be kind of cool to know who's going to do what, right, in your new empire. What else are we going to have? We're going to have KPIs. Who knows? All right, let me ask a better question. Who doesn't know what a KPI is? Go on, stick your hand up. It's okay. Because if you knew everything, you wouldn't be here. And believe me, the amount of training I do just simply highlights that I've got a lot more to learn. So it's all good. A KPI is a key performance indicator. What is a key performance indicator? No. Target? No, because targets can be missed, can't they? Benchmark, yes. A KPI is the minimum standard by which I'm willing to accept your performance, which may deal with budgets and the like, but you should also have a budget around it. If your team don't have KPIs and you haven't got KPIs around a particular position, how does somebody know that they're doing a good job other than the absence of getting yelled at? Not exactly positive reinforcement, is it? Who likes to know when they've done a good job? Right, well that's part of your KPIs. Your key performance indicator. So I know within myself. So if you start getting into my ribs and telling me I'm not doing a good job, I'll go back to the KPIs. Have I done what you've expected me to do and more? How can we expect it in the other way if we haven't given them KPIs to understand besides telepathically? And by the way, do we have any telepaths in the room? No? Besides telepathically, how are you going to communicate this message to those around you and to yourself? One of the really exciting things when you sit down and you start creating KPIs for yourself and budgets for yourself when you're a sole trader or when your name appears in multiple boxes in that organisational structure. Why? Because when we worked for somebody else, we had the really great opportunity of somebody else holding us accountable, didn't we? Yeah? And one of the reasons why we went into business for ourselves, predominantly for many of us, is because we didn't really like getting told what to do. True or true? True. So, if you don't do something, you just didn't happen to get around with it, and you just didn't make that standard, who's going to get up your rips?
Business coach.
Well, yeah. I'll slip you 50 on that one later, Gary. Yeah, yes. Right? So the reality is you can have external forces, but what's the most powerful force that we can have? Your own. This is the one that where you wake up in the morning. How many business owners here have been sick as a dirty dog, barely able to drag your carcass out of bed, and yet you still turn up and go to work? If you keep your hand up, if you would have done the same thing working for somebody else, right? Yeah, probably not. There's ethics, and there's just, hey man, I get 10 days sick leave. I'm going to suck it up, right? So, yeah, if we're going to push ourselves when we have those things, how easy is it when you work for yourself to go, I'm going to have a sleep in. Oh yeah, man, I've been caught up on a job, you know. Sorry, dude. It's just blowing out, and I can't be there at 11 o'clock.
Another glass of red wine, please.
That's it. That's right. Yeah. Hey, do you want another pot there, buddy? Yes, please. Right. So, who can let ourselves down? We do, and we do it more than anything else. One of the things I love about my wife, and for those of you who know my wife, is that she's the first person I tell that I'm going to do anything. Why? Damn straight. She's the first one to call BS on me faster than anybody else. Even if I've got 99% done, I'll still get from her, I don't care. You're still 1% short. Get onto it. No, I'm not suggesting you're all going to marry my wife. It's just one of her. But who else do you need to do to surround yourself to support your own drive, your own inclination to get things right? That has to be part of your business plan. Who's ever put that in a business plan? Here's my, by the way, I call them unreasonable friends. They're my friends, but they're going to stop me from letting myself down. Put it in your business plan. Find someone. And don't find someone who's going to let you get away with crap either. Couple other quick things before I wrap up my section, before I hand over to the lovely Megan, is I want you to just flip a little bit further forward to the next page where it talks about key personnel. And there's so much more. Now you know why I could probably run this in a day. We're getting through a lot, so there's a lot more for you to cover. Key personnel. Why do I want to talk about key personnel in your business planning when half the room here is a sole trader?
But you won't be forever.
You may not be forever.
Plus, you need to surround yourself with good people externally.
Externally, that's right. They may be subcontractors.
Help you grow.
Sorry?
Help you grow.
To help you grow. Yeah, one of the great points of leverage is people. People, technology. Did I mention technology, Megan? Yeah, good. Technology, money, finances. Your suppliers can certainly be part of your key personnel. Now, I'm not just talking about people who are there, that are on the payroll. One of the biggest mistakes made by small business owners is a mishire. One of the most expensive mistakes that you can make is a mishire. It's not just the money that you've spent recruiting them, developing them, training and inducting them. It's the damage they've done to their business and to yourself along the way. And it's the opportunity cost of what they should have got you if they were the right people in the first place. And it's really hard when you've only got a small team, because you might have someone who's got a really good skill set, but their attitude sucks. Has anybody ever had one of those? Or more than one of those? Yeah? And it's really hard because on one side of you, you're saying, but I can't afford to get rid of this individual. They're just too good at what they do. And on the other side, you're saying, man, you know what? If I could actually carry a gun and was allowed to use it, we'd be going for a short walk with a shovel and a bag of lime. By the way, if you need to look up shovel bag of lime, just Google it, okay? And it's not what I call a great way to exit strategies with team members. But making sure that you've got the right people. Whenever possible, hire for attitude, train for skill. But that's not always possible in a small business, is it? Not always possible. Sometimes you've got to make the decision on what you're prepared to tolerate. But I will promise you one thing, and some of you in this room have heard it from me many times. The day that you think someone shouldn't be with you is the day you need to start making a plan that they're no longer going to be with you. And the only difference that's going to occur, the biggest difference that's going to occur between that decision point and that decision action is the amount of pain that you can tolerate. Because if it was really that painful, you'd get off your clacker, you'd jump out there and you'd be straight into it for the recruitment. But we go, oh, yeah, I haven't got around to it yet. They're causing me pain, but not much pain. I can still put up with it for now. Why do we do it? Why surround ourselves with people who aren't going to help us to achieve our goals? Because before you get out of bed in the morning, it's cost you money. Before you make your first sale for the day, the risk is carried on your shoulders, our shoulders. And it's tough. It's rugged. So we've got to make sure that we bring those people into our team who are going to be supportive of our vision. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you. Look forward to catching up with you after today. But take this away. Do something with it. Because you've all got really exciting opportunities to take your business to a whole new level. And the first place that it starts is with you and your PLAN. Your plan. Thank you very much. Thanks, buddy.
Whole term.